experienced what felt like first love, but at the same time he was deeply conflicted. After all, he already had a girlfriend. So he gathered up his courage and asked to break up with her. But to his surprise, his girlfriend wasn't angry at all. Instead, she happily invited him to stay until after her friend's gathering before leaving. Andreas was completely stunned. It felt as though he was the only one who actually cared about the breakup. Although he felt a little uneasy, the thought of being with Ingeborg quickly filled him with excitement again. He invited Ingeborg to an upscale restaurant, ready to officially begin a relationship with her. But what she said left him breaking out in a cold sweat. It turned out he was only one of her many boyfriends. She was dating all of them at the same time. She even asked Andreas with complete seriousness whether he would mind living together with everyone else. Hearing this, Andreas was utterly shocked. He slipped away from the dinner in embarrassment. He wandered aimlessly through the streets. As if guided by fate, he found himself back at that subway station. Watching the couple still chatting affectionately together, he once again thought about his own miserable experience. Andreas jumps onto the tracks once again. But this time, the train miraculously comes to a stop. Just as he tries to get back on his feet, the train suddenly starts moving again. One subway train after another races through the station. Andreas screams in unbearable pain. But no matter how badly he is injured, he always manages to stand up again. Because the truth is, he had already died long ago. So in this seemingly perfect hell, there is no way to experience death a second time. Dragging his body covered in wounds, Andreas makes his way back home. The next morning, his body has completely healed. He has no choice but to continue living this dull and meaningless life. But deep in his heart, he can never forget the secret hidden inside that basement. The next time he passes by, Andreas suddenly hears the laughter of a child. He is instantly overwhelmed with excitement, because there are no children anywhere in this hell. That sound must have come from the human world. So Andreas climbs into the basement. Standing behind the door is the very man he had followed before. Together they walk toward a painting hanging on the wall. From behind it they clearly hear laughter echoing through. Listening to those beautiful voices that sound almost heavenly, smiles finally appear on both of their faces. For the first time in a long while, they experience genuine happiness once again. From that day on, Andreas becomes obsessed with returning to the human world. They gather every tool they can find and work tirelessly every day, determined to break through the thick concrete wall. Day after day, they finally catch a glimpse of hope. Although it is only a tiny hole, through it they once again experience sunlight, music, and even the aroma of food. Desperate, Andreas reaches his hand into the human world. He grabs a loaf of bread from a nearby table. But before he can even take another bite, someone grabs his legs and drags him back out. Even after being pulled away repeatedly, he remains immersed in the unforgettable taste of the bread. Because that single bite once again makes him feel as though he is standing beneath warm sunlight. After Andreas secretly breaks through the wall, the authorities decide to expel him from this world. Since he refuses to accept this empty and lifeless existence, they decide to send him to what they call the real hell. So, Andreas is once again loaded onto the old worn-out bus and sent back to that endlessly desolate world. The hole leading to the human world is sealed shut once again. As though none of this had ever happened, everyone continues acting as if nothing has changed, living their seemingly perfect lives.